My name is Suzanne Storer. I'm a ceramic sculptor. I work in high relief. I do work for the wall. My work has been on the cover of the National Sculpture Society magazine. It's known in New York and various places around the country, and I've sold to collectors here and there. I'm most interested in creating installations in my town, which is Ogden, Utah. So this award is wonderful because I think it will bring to the attention of other people in Ogden what's possible with public installations, especially those in high relief. The one at Lantern House has had a real impact on the people there. It gives them encouragement to do what they can to better their situation. Previous installation was at the shelter, Lantern House, and it was one of the most gratifying projects I've ever done, and I'm very grateful to Ogden City for the grant that they gave me to help it happen.
I'm Kirikou Mays. I'm an artist on 25th Street. And I've done a lot of pictures for the city and for the businesses here in town. I've done pictures for the Goal Foundation. I've donated pictures for the Nature Center and for the auction at the Eccles, and even made a movie of Ogden, Junction City. I do think of my pictures as very colorful and saturated, and I see things differently than maybe the people that grew up here. I do appreciate the honor of being nominated. Ogden is my place now, and I'm known as the Ogden artist, so I just am very honored to be part of this, and for the mayor to give awards out for something like this. And I think that it can only improve the art community, and that's what we need to keep working on. I think it's just going to get better and better. The more we're recognized, the more artists have a chance to thrive here, the better everything's going to be for all the artists.
I'm Shelly Larsen. I am a licensed landscape architect. I also have a master's degree in architecture. I would say I specialize in all things design, but I have a particular passion and interest in urban design, historic preservation, and adaptive reuse. My firm is IO Design Collaborative, and we're based here in Ogden, Utah. We do a wide range of projects, but we really enjoy the projects that give us the opportunity to be a little bit more creative. And one of those right now is we're actually working on the master plan for a proposed creative district for Ogden City, which is going to be really cool. Will hopefully be the nexus for not just artists, but all of the sort of allied professions of other creatives in the community. So this award's really meaningful to me because as a child growing up, I always wanted to be an artist. That was kind of always at the first and foremost of my mind. I loved my art classes. I loved being creative. I loved creative thinking. But at the same time, I was also, I kind of had a natural gift for math and science. And it kind of just came together that I ended up in the design profession. But I would say that my guiding star, my guiding principle as a designer is still always looking for that spark of creativity. How can I be unique? How can I make this project really, really special and unique? So.
My name is Janice Voss, and I'm the Executive Director of the Ogden School Foundation. Okay, so I've been with the foundation for about 27 years, and our mission is to enhance education for kids in the Ogden School District, and I absolutely love my job. Probably one of our best projects was the restoration of the Ogden High School auditorium. In about 2007, the Board of Education had to make a hard decision about either demolishing the building or building a new building or restoring the current Ogden High School. Because of its historic significance, the cost was much greater to do the restoration. A huge community outcry saying, this is an icon, this is one of the most historically significant buildings that we have in our community. It's part of who we are, and we need to restore it and we need to save it. But this auditorium that we're in today is probably the best example of Art Deco architecture in the country. I feel like this award should not only be given to me, but I couldn't do the work that I do without the Ogden School Foundation. The Ogden School Foundation is the organization that enables me to provide all of these opportunities for our community and for our students, and they're actually the ones who provide the funding to make all of these things possible. I hope that the things that we have started with a lot of the events that we sponsor here will actually continue, and that we'll be able to build upon that, and more opportunities will become available for the entire community.
I'm Marcy Rizzi. I'm the owner of Booked on 25th, a little independent bookstore here in Ogden, Utah on 25th Street. Oh my gosh, okay, so this is kind of an interesting story. I was going to the University of Utah and I ran out of funding for school, and my partner was like, well, what are you gonna do now? And I was like, well, what every English major does. I'm gonna eat ramen noodles and pretty much scrimp by. And we kind of laughed, because it was funny but not. And then she mentioned, well, why don't you open a bookstore? For the majority of my life, I've always planned vacations. Anytime I go somewhere, it's always about independent bookstores. And so when she mentioned it, I was just like, why haven't I looked into that? So I started looking into it and started a business plan in January of 2016 and opened in July of 2016. So it's kind of a fluke. Beyond just those random moments when people come in to meet each other, we also provide community events, lots of poetry readings, local author spotlights. We also do workshops. We've had letter writing campaigns to representatives. For me, it's been an amazing experience to see all these literary events take place here that wouldn't have happened a year ago. Okay, so surprising, right? Like, I don't know, here's something. When I was in the 8th grade, I had a teacher tell me I would never amount to anything or graduate high school. I was not the best student. I was a little outspoken, a lot outspoken. So to have somebody tell me that I'd amount to nothing, right? And then all of a sudden you open up an email one day and there's this, congratulations, you've been nominated and accepted to accept the mayor's award. Holy Hannah. If that doesn't prove everybody wrong in my life growing up, right? And so on a personal level, it's very rewarding. It's absolutely, what's the word I'm looking for? Validating. It's validating in all the changes I've made in my life. And I don't know, I just wish that guy was still alive, to be honest with you. But but on a business aspect of it, I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's any other award that you can get that doesn't say, wow, the city really wants and needs you here. And that's a really good feeling. Do you know what I tell people when they come in all the time? The Ogden City can now call itself a community because it's got an independent bookstore. Because you really can't, you gauge a community by what they value, right? And so I think that you can honestly say that Ogden City is a fully rounded community when they can honestly hand out an award to an independent bookstore. It does say something about what they value as a government as well.
I am Meredith, and I am Dickie's wife.
And I'm Kylan, and I'm Dickie's son. So Dickie Martinez formed the Little Big Band with his brother Tommy in the late 70s. And they played in Vegas for a few years before really setting home here back in northern Utah. Yeah, there was countless days I'd come home from school growing up, and he'd be in the front room, and I'd meet a lot of people that way. He'd say, hey, this is so-and-so, and you know, I'm teaching them to play some guitar. He did that a lot.
They would go up to like nursing homes, and they would just do like a duet, but kind of perform, and usually around Christmas time and go visit.
You know, it's amazing that it's coming up on 5 years since he's passed, and that his impact is still here, and that it means a lot to us, and it really shows how many people, how many lives he touched, and how popular he was. It means a lot to us, and we were both kind of surprised. There was a lot, you know, in the first few months and that year after he passed, but to have a few years go by and then him still be honored with an award like this, I think it's pretty special.
I do, and he used to always say that he didn't have I'm getting all that he didn't have fans, he had friends.
Good